What's up, docs? I'm the Pillbug, and welcome back to Friendsim. Moving on to Volume 5 of Affection Unwanted or Untrue. Definitely untrue for this slimy prick, but we'll get to him when the time comes. I'd rather delay the inevitable if I'm being perfectly honest with you.
Walking. You sure are doing a lot of it recently. Back on Earth, you never got near this amount of exercise. You're going to be so in shape when this is over.
Probably not.
Provided you still have all your limbs attached and your bones uncrushed. You could probably come up with safer ways to travel, a taxi or some sort of bus system, but you don't have any money and you can't read signs. Also, you are routinely covered in blood and bruises. So walking it is. Tired as you are, your feet still carry you toward friendship.
Yep, and we're moving on to... Wait. What? Hey, come on, that's bullshit! Dude! I've seen your name! Fuck! Alright, fine, move on to... As usual, the streets are hopping, just bouncing around like an overactive bunny rabbit on Easter morning. Up ahead, at an intersection of the street, is some kind of night market. Well, every market is alternating as a night market. Everything recording just fine? Yes. As previously stated, you are broke, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of window shopping. Who knows what kind of awesome stuff you'll find. You can learn a lot about a culture from their stores. You are so intent on thinking positive thoughts that you are nearly at the market before you realize that quite a few people are coming towards you in the opposite direction. Some of them are running, actually, and screaming. Looks likely that something has gone down violence-wise. It's not a stampede. You aren't in any danger of being trampled at the street. You aren't in any danger of being trampled at, and the street is wide enough to just step aside and let the crowd pass by. Or it would be. You get a brief, furtive glimpse of a pair of focused yellow eyes under a low-pulled hoodie. Then a hand grabs you so tightly the tips of your fingers will go numb. With a rough yank, you are pulled into the flow of the crowd. The troll girl who has a hold of you speaks quickly and quietly. You have to lean your head in close to hear her. Wait, what? I don't remember consenting to a date. Hey, come on. Listen, I know not Jade Bloods. They're stereotypically associated with space. I know Olive Bloods are usually associated with heart and romance and shit, but we're not at that phase yet. I just met you.
We're on a date. You're my mate sprite, or Moira, whatever you want. We're just a normal couple out for a night on the town. We're going to catch a movie and get some soft serve grub cream. You feel me?
Wow. Okay. Freak out and let the bird piece out of the back. Yeah, knowing what she does, I'd rather not. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah. Play along and hold hands. Your heart beats so hard you can feel it in the back of your throat. You adjust your grip a little to make your hand easier to hold. In response, you get a squeeze, like she's thanking you. You match her pace in surprisingly difficult feat considering how short she is. Behind you, people are still shouting. What the heck happened back there?
Someone died.
You figured that, but that's not exactly rare for Alternia, is it? You've seen way more dead people here in the last couple days than you have seen throughout your entire life on your planet. You tell the troll girl you thought that was just some kind of normal here.
Normal, sure, when low bloods get killed. Natural order of things, right? But with high bloods, it's different. Personally, I don't give a shit about the natural order. Doesn't matter what job it is, I'll take it.
Oh, so a high blood is dead, and you are currently holding hands with the troll who did the dirty deed. She chose you to help her lay low, i.e. she made you her accomplice, i.e. you are now her friend. I don't think we're at that stage yet. Don't get too excited. Helping someone carry out a cold-blooded murder is a super friendly thing to do. No. What has she called you? Her mate sprit? You aren't sure what that is, but it sounds great. You ask her what you should call her.
My name's Polypa, but there's no reason to go throwing it around. Let's not talk at all.
You want to point out that you won't look like a very convincing date if you're just walking in silence, but that would require talking, and she told you not to do that. A trio of those spiky robots go marching by, drones or whatever. Their big, ugly heads swivel back and forth like they're looking for someone. Polypa doesn't say anything as she keeps her eyes forward, but she goes as sharp as a laser, every muscle in her body tensing. You feel it through her hand. Her fingers tighten on yours until the drones disappear into the crowd. She yanks you around the corner into a small alley connecting 2 roads. There's nothing here but a pothole and a couple of dumpsters.
Hold up a minute.
Her hoodie has a symbol on the front of it, 2 overlapping gold ovals. Most trolls seem to have a symbol designating their blood color on them somewhere. This means she's a gold blood, right? No. But then yanks the sweatshirt over her head, and underneath she's wearing a tank top emblazoned with a symbol in olive green. It looks like a little like a cat. It's pretty cute. She tosses the sweatshirt into the nearest dumpster and kicks a button on the side. A whoosh accompanied by the sulfury stink of immolation. Note to self, don't go dumpster diving on Alternia. Polypa grabs your hand again as you head back out to the streets. With her other hand, she works the tie out of her hair, yanking it out of its ponytail, letting it fall in thick, sweaty clumps against her neck. Next, she reaches up and takes part of her right horn off. Wait, no. This is a little bit of veneer, an artificial bit to cover up a notch in the chitin. I don't know what that is. I assume it means like this part of her horn. Probably. What are all these random wardrobe changes about? You wonder until you actually begin to listen in some of the conversations happening around you and check on the big billboard-sized screens mounted on roofs every few blocks. Seems like the rumor mill is already going hard. Apparently a well-respected Violet Blood is dead, killed in public in a full view of witnesses by a gold blood girl with a ponytail. Wow, you are really dealing with a professional here.
I need to find someone to lay low until the heat turns down. I mean, we both do since you're my associate now. I had a contact waiting, but I don't know what happened to her. It's possible she got spooked. Got any ideas for likely hideouts? I'm not from around here.
You wonder what in the world made her think you have any idea what's going on, ever. She keeps giving you sharp looks as if she's gradually catching on to just who she has chosen to recruit. You want her to understand that no matter how busty you look, you are an amazing friend and co-conspirator. Well, here's your chance. What do you propose? Saving, first of all. Now let's look at the options. Hide out in one of these apartment buildings, catch a movie, and get some soft-serve grub cream. Hide out in one of these No, that seems like it would get too much attention. Plus, I know that's probably not the right answer. Catch a movie and get some soft-serve grub cream. These both seem like something that would possibly get a lot of attention from crowds, but the apartment building seems like it would be a higher risk because, like, I guess there's more isolated witnesses, whereas in the movies, you could get easily lost in a crowd of people and just like blend in and no one would notice. So, you know what? Let's go with this one. Polypa's mouth twitches. It could just be a muscle spasm, but you like to think it's a smile of approval and burgeoning camaraderie. Doubtful. Yeah, I guess we could. That's what people on dates do, right? It's been a while. I haven't seen a movie in forever. Let's do it. She squeezes your hand. You would have thought holding hands for so long would get sweaty and uncomfortable. You are certainly nervous enough, but her skin is surprisingly cool. With a couple of exceptions, all of your new friends have been literally cold-blooded, also metaphorically for a few of them. But you aren't going to judge them for their lifestyle choices. That isn't your place as a friend. Regardless, your point is, it's kind of nice holding hands, even if it's under completely false murder pretenses.
Come on, there's probably a theater in there.
Makes sense. You're not from around here, and you don't think Polypa is either. But you can always recognize a mall when you see one. Stores and escalators and fountains full of slimy mall water. That's probably been in there for years. The biggest difference between this and an Earth mall is that there doesn't seem to be anyone working at any of these stores. Everything is automated. That and the top floors appear to be reserved for high bloods. Polypa is still holding on to your hand. Gosh, it's like you really are on a real date. This is very, very friendly, as far as you know. You've never been on a date with an assassin before. You can't read the show times and descriptions, and you don't have any money, but Polypa chooses the movie and pays for you both. She tosses a couple of coins into a slot and the machine spits out 2 tickets. You don't see any sauce-sorted grub cream, but you are a little too queasy for Mingle's nerves and excitement currently to deal with anything called grub cream. You do, however, stop for a bag of buttery exploded kernels and a concession stand. The theater you follow Polypa into isn't crowded, but you still feel every pair of eyes settling on you as you walk up the steps. Your heart pounds and sweat slides down the back of your neck. But again, you can blend into a crowd, unlike the apartments, which, not a lot of places to blend in, honestly. You kind of stick out. You're just positive everyone can see right through you in this deeply controversial cross-species mashup you got going here. Even worse, Polypa takes a seat weirdly close to the only other group in here. Man, awkward. No, trust me, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's what I'm planning. The movie starts playing. Apparently in Alternia, aren't any trailers before movies. Kind of a bummer. If you're going to be stuck here, you want to know what hot summer blockbusters you have to look forward to. Surprisingly, the movie turns out to be a romantic comedy. You expected Polypa to choose a thriller or a horror movie. Nah, mate. From what you can glean of the plot, it's about a beautiful young Jadeblood who gets involved with a visiting Blue Blood and their servant, a big bumbling Bronze. The portrayal of Lowblood strikes you as vaguely offensive. They grunt and fall down a lot. The caverns look a lot fancier than you remember from the time you hung out with Branya, just a lot bigger and more glittery. The main character spends a lot of time pulling a jeweled comb through her lustrous hair. The dialogue is kind of incoherent, and you don't just think it's because you're unfamiliar with the cultural context. It also doesn't help that Polypa keeps up a running commentary throughout. The ban on conversation has apparently been lifted.
Ugh, I can't stand they added this in the mistaken identity storyline. So unnecessary. Also, Black Rom is so boring in comedies. There's just no punch to it. I can't believe how bad this is. I don't remember the book being this garbage, but I read it a long time ago. My taste may just have been worse back then. You're looking at her in a whole new light. She shrugs, possibly a little self-conscious. What, you think I've been an assassin since I've pupated? I used to have a blog for relationship advice and stuff like that. Of course, I was just messing around. I didn't know anything beyond what I'd read online. The 2 characters are kissing on screen. You have no idea who they are. You are way more interested in the fact that Polypa has decided to tell you your life story in the back of a movie theater. The deep blue light of a scene in the brooding caverns washes over her, making her look noble and sad. You're entranced. Ugh. That didn't last long, though. I doubt it had anything to do with my blog, but a few sweeps ago, a group of kids broke into my hive. I think they were high, maybe on sober. Whatever, they stole a bunch of my shit, killed my Lucis, and some little psionic fuck broke both of my legs with his brain. Just because he thought it would be funny. You are riveted. Goddamn it, the arm on my chair. You have a bit of a tragic backstory yourself, but nothing this dramatic. Polypa kicks through the buttery exploded kernels with a delicate claw. I was trapped in my hive. I would have starved to death if it hadn't been for some teal who lived in my neighborhood, and I know who exactly that is. Just some little idiot who ran around with an Eastern alternating replica sword, challenging Purbeasts to duels. I knew it! Teal Bloods are pedantic bulge lawyers, but they care about justice, and these kids who attacked me for no reason, I didn't break any laws. Anyways, that's why I'm equal opportunity to how I take jobs. Low blood, high blood, everyone is scum. One of the kids in the row ahead of you turns around to tell Polypa that if she had her Moira, that she and her Moira wanted to get nasty and pale, maybe you should get a room. Fuck you, dude! Polypa kicks the back of her chair and tells her maybe she should mind her own business. The girl looks around, ready to jump over the back of her seat, but the guy next to her pats her firmly on the cheek. Almost a slow motion slap, firm and intense with plenty of uncomfortable and intimate eye contact. Shush paps? Is that shush paps? The girl settles down after that, and everyone goes back to watching the movie. The rest of it goes by with your head spinning and your heart in your throat. You're glad Polypa trusts you enough to share her past, but you're nervous about her talking about it in public. Wasn't the whole point of coming to the movie to stay low? Think about it. When that girl sees the description in the alert, she's not going to be thinking about the noisy olive blood getting all consultatory in public. It's way safer than skulking around, believe me. Gosh, Polypa really is an expert. You're so glad you got to go on this date with her, even if it was mostly fake.
As soon as you're back on the street, Polypa pulls out her phone. Slowly, her face falls.
Fuck, that little nook licker. I thought she bailed on me, but according to Chitter, she's dead. They got her. Damn it. I told her to be careful.
Her sadness is quickly turning into rage, vibrating off her in frantic waves. Her voice gets louder, too, and people are starting to look your way. Heckling in a theater is one thing, shouting at a phone about murder is another. This is going south fast. You gotta calm her down. Deploy Shush Pap! Yes! Yes! Shush Pap! Let's do it! For lack of a better plan, you copy what you saw in the trolls inside due to his angry date. You press your palm firmly to her cheek. To your intense shock, she blushes deep olive green and her eyes slip closed. She leans into your touch as if she is drawing comfort from this tiny little gesture. She blinks and pulls away.
Listen, I'm technically on the clock right now. Let's be professional.
She bites her lip, hesitating. Then she reaches up and repeats the gesture on your face. An unbelievable warmth fills you. Could it be the warmth of friendship?
Look, you're weird-looking double-horned amputee. Fuck, I can't read. You're a weird-looking double-horned amputee with very few social skills, terrible survival instincts, and both short-term and long-term memory loss. But you're all right. If you ever want to earn a little cash, I could use a partner I could depend on.
Is it raining? No, those are just tears in your eyes. Tears of gratitude. Of course.
Okay, don't get too choked up. You're definitely just gonna be bait.
You're sure, Polypa, that due to your general ineptitude, you wouldn't want it any other way. Woo! Hell yeah! Let's do this! That was awesome! And okay, that's honestly looks really cute. Well, 5:08. Okay, I still got a little bit more time to record some more videos. I'm recording a few of these back to back because I want to try editing and getting a bunch of thumbnails out. I'm trying to experiment with the thumbnails because usually I try to do really overly complex shit that really wouldn't get noticed for thumbnails. So I wanted to try recording some of these back to back and try to do some experimenting on what I can do. Plus, I also want to try and get some more videos out more often because let's be honest here, when I only have a couple days off a week sometimes, it's not really easy to get like one video out every single week, especially with the way I do thumbnails. It's just inefficient. I mean, I could just like work on the thumbnail, but at the same time, I don't want it to be shitty, which is why it takes a while which is why it's hard for me to do it like once every single week when I record videos. So I'm hoping that if I do it back to back, I can like edit all of them and then like upload them throughout every few weeks or so, maybe every week, not sure. And then I can experiment with the thumbnails a little bit more and see what works, what doesn't. I don't know. It's gonna take a little bit, but you know, it'll be fine. Kind of weird that I went on this tangent now when I usually don't go on tangents like this, but fuck it. We'll work with it. Either way, next up we're going to be working with him. If you played this game, you know who I'm talking about. Not looking forward to it. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, hit that like button down below, and I'll see you in the next episode of whatever the heck I make.